What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Linc here, and today we're going to start a new Pokemon series called Linc Lectures. Haven't come up with a catchy name, maybe L3. We're going to come up with some catchy, but for right now, we're going to call them Linc Lectures. I'm the professor, and class is in session. In today's lecture, we're going to be covering a majority of the English Blastoise that are released in Pokemon sets according to Pokelector.com. So if it's not on Pokelector.com, unfortunately, I'm not going to be covering just for time's sake because it's already going to be a long episode. On top of covering the Blastoises that were released in each of these sets, we're going to be covering the artists as well as the PSA 10 pops of the first edition, regular holo, and the reverse holos. Now that you know what we're going to be covering on today's lecture, get your pencil and pad ready or open the Notes app on your phone and let's get started. Of course, the legend of Blastoise started in January 9th, 1999 with the first ever Blastoise card released in Pokemon base set. Yes, we're taking it all the way back to the year 1999. Some of you watching this were probably not even born yet. Crazy, I know. This Blastoise artwork was illustrated by Ken Sugimori, and it came in a first edition and a regular holo card. The PSA 10 pop of the first edition of this Blastoise is only 101. And that is out of 3,063 entries into PSA. The PSA 10 pop of the regular holo is currently 369, and that is out of 30,000. Yes, there's been 30,000 regular holos sent to PSA for grading. Pokemon was so popular the first year that it was released in English. Pokemon released Base Set 2, which was basically a reprint of the first three sets, which was Base Set, Jungle, and Fossil, and it featured another Blastoise card, of course illustrated by the same artist because it is the same Pokemon card. Now let's move on to a couple months later in April of 2000, where they released the first ever Team Rocket set, and it featured this dark Blastoise. Definitely one of my favorite Blastoise artworks of all time. The artwork of this Blastoise was illustrated by none other than Arita. And in this set, we had a first edition holo, we had a regular holo Blastoise, as well as a non-holo Blastoise to collect in this set. The PSA 10 pop of the first edition holos is currently only 221 PSA 10s in first edition, and that is out of 5,681 entries into PSA. And for regular holo, there is currently only 58, and that is out of 6,450. Again, only 58 of this Blastoise in a regular holo. Let me know in the comments if you have this dark Blastoise card, or back then when you were a kid, did you ever pull this Blastoise card? Now we have to fast forward 2 years in the future to the year 2002, where Pokemon released the Legendary Collection. And the Legendary Collection, if you're not aware, is all about the reverse holo. By the time Legendary Collection was released, Pokemon was done with the first edition stamp, so there's only a reverse holo and a holo Blastoise to collect in this set. And a little thing I didn't mention, you can see that the logo for the Legendary set is a little different. I'm not sure what you want to call that. Let me know in the comments, what do you call that symbol on this Blastoise? And as well as you can see, this is just the artwork from the Team Rocket set released 2 years prior. The PSA 10 pop of the reverse holo of this Blastoise is currently 68, and that is out of 1,122 entries. For the regular holo, there is currently only 8, and that is out of 770. Let me know your comments on the legendary set. Are you a big collector? Do you like the set? Me personally, I really do not care of this set, but I get it for collector reasons because if I'm correct, it was the first ever reverse holo set released by Pokemon. In that same year, a couple months later, Pokemon released maybe my favorite Blastoise artwork ever released in the Expedition base set. As you can see from the card, they have the reader, little history. If you didn't know, you could swipe it, I believe, to put the card into your Game Boy. Was the whole thing. I'm definitely going to actually make a video explaining that piece of history because it's definitely an important part of Pokemon history. This artwork of Blastoise was illustrated by Kimaya Masago. Again, that is Kimaya Masago. Thank you so much for releasing such an incredible artwork. In this set, there was a reverse holo, a regular holo Blastoise, and a non-holo Blastoise. The PSA 10 pop of the holo Blastoise is only 86. There's only been 86 PSA 10s in the regular holo. And the reverse holo, there's only 16. Yes, you heard that right. According to PSA, there is currently only 16 reverse holo Blastoise. According to PSA, if you're looking to purchase this card in a regular holo, it's going to cost you about $2,000. If you're looking to purchase this card in the reverse holo, it'll be less than $1,000, somewhere between the $500 to $700 range. It's not as good as the previous artwork, but in the same set, Pokemon released this alternative Blastoise artwork as well. Not really a big fan of this artwork. It looks definitely computer made and very basic. This card doesn't even come in a holo. There's only a non-holo as well as a reverse holo card to get. And who was illustrated with giving us this computer generated artwork was none other than Hiromichi Sugiyama. Again, that is Hiromichi Sugiyama. In a PSA 10, the non-holo version of this card, there is currently 132 out of 411. Again, the PSA 10, there is currently 132 in the non-holo. For the reverse holo, there is currently only 22 out of 346. Again, there is only 22 PSA 10s in a reverse holo out of 346. Look at this artwork one last time as we move on to the next Blastoise card. A couple more years pass until we get another Blastoise artwork in the EX Fire Red Leaf Green set in the year 2004. In this set, we only get a regular holo Blastoise, and who was credited with creating this artwork was none other than Hikaru Koki. Again, that was Hikaru Koki. The PSA 10 pop of this card is currently only 155. Again, there's only 155 PSA 10s of this card. And if you're looking to purchase this card, it'll cost you in the range of $1,800. Again, that is $1,800 if you're looking to get this card on the market in a PSA 10. Now, in the year 2006, we were blessed to get two different Blastoise artworks in the set EX Crystal Guardians, and it actually featured the first non-water type Blastoise. This set had regular holos, non-holo, and reverse holo Blastoise cards to collect. The first Blastoise to collect in the set is this Fighting and Steel type Blastoise card. And who was credited with making this artwork was none other than, bear with me, Masakazu Kakuda. Again, that is Masakazu Kakuda. Thank you so much for making such an amazing artwork. In a PSA 10 of the holo, there's currently only 60. And as far as pricing goes, Couldn't really get a specific range of pricing on this card, so if you have any information, let me know. If not, it's probably for more speculation right now. I did mention that there was 2 different Blastoise artworks in this set. This is the second Blastoise artwork, and that was illustrated by Kyaku Satoya. Again, that it was illustrated by Kyaku Satoya. In a PSA 10, there is currently only 60 of this card. In the price range, again, don't have that data,